11 days, over 3,300 dead, 50,000 still missing. Gravediggers burying strangers because no one knows their names. And a government accused of abandoning its own people. 50,000 souls still unaccounted for. The earthquakes lasted seconds. The damage could last generations. Can a country this wounded ever truly recover? "11 days after Venezuela's catastrophic twin earthquakes, the death toll has climbed to at least 3,342 as authorities begin burying dozens of victims who remain unidentified. According to figures released by Venezuela's Information Ministry on July 5th, at least 3,342 people have died, and another 16,700 have been injured. Nearly 200 buildings, most of them in La Guaira, have completely collapsed, leaving more than 17,000 people homeless and sheltering in temporary camps. The government has not given any figure for those still missing, but the UN estimates that as many as 50,000 people may still be unaccounted for after the shocks. Many families are still trying to search for relatives in the rubble. As international rescue teams packed up and ended attempts to find survivors, attention shifted to mourning those lost and burying the remains that families have recovered from the ruins. In a secluded area of La Esperanza Cemetery in La Guaira, gravediggers buried more than 150 bodies still unidentified since the earthquakes. A sea of white crosses lined the cemetery, each bearing the date June 24, 2026, and a small bouquet at its base. Just a few meters away, excavators continued digging new graves, underscoring the scale of the tragedy. Even before the quakes, Venezuela had been struggling with an economic crisis and political upheaval that left infrastructure and health services depleted. The UN estimates the quakes caused $6.7 billion in damage, equivalent to 6% of Venezuela's GDP. The damaged international airport serving Caracas is still closed to commercial flights. Soon after the quakes, many Venezuelans complained they were left alone to dig for families in the ruins and criticized the government's response until international teams arrive. Meanwhile, Venezuela's interim president has defended her country's emergency response to the twin earthquakes that have killed more than 3,000 people, vowing the country would not descend into social unrest. Delcy Rodríguez, speaking during a military ceremony, said there would be no social unrest and that officials had been dispatched to dig out victims and rescue survivors from the rubble.
There will be no social unrest here. What we have here is deep social solidarity. Thousands of public officials and rescue teams had been sent to help dig out victims and find survivors.
At the same time, Rodríguez thanked ambassadors and rescue teams from the United Kingdom, Qatar, France, Brazil, Barbados, Argentina, and India for their support following the devastating earthquakes.
Good morning. Esteemed ambassadors accredited in Venezuela. From the United Kingdom, Qatar, France, Brazil, Barbados, and Argentina. All the rescuers who left their countries with a backpack on their shoulders. And from India, who left their countries to come lend a helping hand to the Venezuelan people.
As rescue efforts wind down, Venezuela now faces the daunting task of recovering from one of the deadliest earthquakes in its history. And much of that would depend on foreign aid.
Quitamos la mano en el pecho, Antonio. Vamos para arriba. Ya.
Vale. ¿Y tiene buen hueco de vida o no? Vale. Vale, seguimos trabajando, ¿vale? Una, dos, tres.
Un gato de botella.